Phoenix here, back again with another live stream for you guys. And yeah, I'm back at it again. So, welcome to those that are just coming in. Welcome. And if you have any questions, anything you want to talk about, yeah, leave them in the chat. Here's hoping um, this stream does not get disconnected like the previous stream. So, this is like, you know, a second part to the previous stream from last week. So, yeah, here's hoping with this one we can go for 25 to 30 minutes. So, yeah. So, what's up, guys? Anybody in the chat? Joshua, you welcome to. Hey, Joshua, welcome to the stream. Brian, when is your next episode? Uh, it's your question, Bri. It is still in development. I still gotta edit the episode, unfortunately. But my goal is to have season 3, episode 10, be 25 to 30 minutes long so that people don't get confused. I think 25 to 30 minutes is a good runtime for an episode. But yeah, to answer your question, expected to come out hopefully soon, and yeah, it's still in development. So, what to say? Okay, so for season 3, episode 11, I also got to work on that. Fun fact, I did finish the script for season 3, episode 14. So that was a big challenge, but yeah, that was a plus for me. And yeah, I gave a like on your stream. Thanks, Storm. Welcome to the stream, and thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. If you have any questions, leave them down below. But yeah, if you guys want to talk about anything, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And I again apologize for the background being black. I'm definitely working on trying to have a background, like a proper background for you guys. So yeah. So since we're talking about anything Walking Dead Reboot series are related, if you guys want, we could also discuss the possibility of another webisode short. Then again, I don't know, because I do have a lot on my plate at the moment. But then again, if I do it, it won't be long. I don't know, I'm going to have to think about that. So I will give this small notice. Brian, don't overdo yourself. Exactly, man. And I'm trying to take my time with each project. I'm trying to, what I'm basically trying to say is I'm trying to not, tackle everything all at once. That's why with me, I would rather do my projects like, one by one, like one at a time, instead of everything all at once. So that's something I'm definitely trying to do. I'm trying to do one by one, but I'm also trying to get content out there for you guys because I know you guys are itching for more, and I'm also trying to do my best. So yeah. So, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, please ask them. Ask away. This is a stream, and yeah, if you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. But where was I? Yeah, season 3, episode 10 is coming soon. Season 3, episode 11. But yeah, that's gonna be an episode with the governor. I do have a thumbnail for that finished and ready to go. After I'm done releasing season 3, episode 11, I could probably get another thumbnail out, like one for season 3, episode 12, titled I Have To. So I could probably get that running ASAP as soon as season 3, episode 11 is out on the channel for you guys. But yeah. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. It could be in regards to my Walking Dead Reboot series. It could be in regards to things you guys want to see in the future. But yeah, so leave them down below. Don't be shy. And here's hoping to God this stream does not get connected, because last time I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Last time I was heated. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? This stupid stream, excuse my language, is gonna go off on me when like he's gonna boot me out. Really? I'm like, bro, get the heck out of here. I don't know how to explain it. I was really heated. I'm like, Bri, will you do Officer Kapoor? I don't know. I know for a fact that they never introduced him in the show. That's one thing I don't understand. I'm like, okay, you introduce Pamela, you introduce Mercer in the Walking Dead TV show, but you don't introduce Officer Kapoor. He's the sheriff of the Commonwealth. Like, you don't introduce your sheriff of a community with 50 plus people, like 50,000 plus people. Like, really? I don't know. That was a little off. I don't know why they never introduced him in the show. Like, I don't know what happened there. But in regards to him being introduced in my Walking Dead Reboot series, it's possible. Never say never. I don't know who I would pick to be the actor though. If you guys have like any casting suggestions for who could be Officer Kapoor in my Walking Dead Reboot series one day, like if you guys have an actor in mind, feel free to leave it in the chat below. Can't wait to see you do all the different branches of the Commonwealth. Yeah, I definitely have an interest in doing different branches of the community one day. Because to be fair, and to be honest with you guys, that was a missed opportunity that the show had. Like, hell, Chosen even said it that, oh, they could have done different branches with the Commonwealth in the show, and I totally agree. That's something that could have been done in the show, but I don't know. I feel like they failed at that. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like they kind of failed at doing something different, like, with the Commonwealth, like different branches, like you said, like different stuff. But yeah. But yeah, bro, if you have like any casting suggestions as to who do you think could be a perfect fit for the character of Officer Kapoor in my Walking Dead Reboot series one day, feel free to leave it down below in the chat. I'm curious to know who do you think could be Sheriff Kapoor. Bri, I don't. You don't? Alright. That's understandable. Joshua, I miss Reboot series Morgan. It will be a missed opportunity if he doesn't come back in one of the season 3B episodes. I totally agree, man. And even though I can't, I'm like, sure, it would be a missed opportunity. I do agree with you there. But in terms of spoilers, that's something I can't really give away. However, I do agree with your opinion and with your, what you're saying that, oh, if he doesn't return, it would be a missed opportunity. I'm like, yeah, it would be a missed opportunity. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten about Reboot Morgan. To be fair, not to go off topic, but to be fair with TV show Morgan, we all know how that shit went down. TV Morgan went downhill. Like, literally. Like, his character, like, sure, you look at the Walking Dead TV show, his character's okay, but then you see his character in AMC Sphere, and people like us, for example, were like, yeah, that wasn't cool. It was like, like, not good. I will say that. That's possible. Like I always say, never say never. If you guys have any more questions, leave them down below. What was I gonna say? What are your predictions for the finale? The season 3 finale of my Walking Dead Reboot series. I'm curious to know how you guys think about that. Like, what are your predictions for that episode? Because you guys never know, season 3B of my Walking Dead Reboot series could go by like that. Probably what happened to Susie? You're answering the spoiler question, Brian. Um, Susie Susie Green is still alive. Like I mentioned before, sure, her fate at the moment is unknown. It is unclear. However, the door is open for her character to return in a future season of my Walking Dead Reboot series. Uh, but yeah, the door is open, and yes, she is still alive. Even though her fate is unknown, never say never. But don't worry, the character's not dead. I just want to say that right now. Don't worry, because the character of Susie Green is not dead, meaning she is still alive. Like how you fleshed out Tara's trauma. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It was something original for my Walking Dead Reboot series and something Gimple, in my opinion, never really got to do in the show. So I'm like, okay, why not grab this, like, this minor thing she has and touch upon it? Because to be fair, it's something that, in my opinion, like I just said, Gimple never really touched upon, which was a missed opportunity. I'm not gonna lie, but I like how I did it. It was very hard to come up with such a, like how to do it. It was a little difficult. However, thankfully I was able to pull it off. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, anything you want to say or ask or get off your chest, go right ahead. Go for it. Go on for a few more minutes. That's good water. This stream is sponsored by water. The liquid you have to drink, and it makes you feel good about yourself. But yeah, going back to season 3 finale of my Walking Dead Reboot series, like, what are your predictions? I'm curious now to know and hear what you guys think. Brian, will you do more hallucinations? Good question. I don't know, and like how much is too much. Yeah, that's true. In regards to hallucinations, I don't know. I mean, I don't have I don't have a problem doing it. It's just I don't want to go too far. It's just the reason I say that is because, well, with the Walking Dead TV show, Gimple did go somewhat overboard with the hallucinations when he was showrunner of the show. When he was doing it. But with me, I don't want to go too overboard. If I'm going to do it, I just don't want to go overboard with it. If I'm going to do it, I have to do it in a way that makes sense for the story. I would rather do it in a way that makes sense for the story, rather than having it not matter. But I will say never. It's possible. Maybe something happens where one of the characters get injured. They're hallucinating another character that's dead by that point. It's possible. Definitely possible for sure. Will Carl and Enid meet differently? Ooh, good question, Brian. With Reboot series Carl and Reboot series Enid, it's possible they can. It's possible. It's possible they can meet differently. In the show, I will admit, looking back on it, with the show, it was a little awkward. However, with me, it's possible I can have it be better than what was given to us with the Walking Dead TV show. Storm, Walker Dead, I think do really good in a TV show, The Walking Dead. What do you mean by that, Storm? Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you trying to say exactly? Like, what do you mean by that, Storm? Bri also don't have her date Ron. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Enid in my Walking Dead Reboot series, she's not gonna get with Ron. To be honest with you guys, that's another thing I didn't really like in the show where Enid dates Ron, and I'm like, bro, this is so in my mind. This is why I said it. Literally, this is so forced. It makes no sense for the story. Why is she dating this person? They have nothing in common. Another thing too, they have nothing in common. It was pointless. Yes, it was. It was. I'm like, bro, what the hell? Yeah, that's another thing too. Why have these characters get together if it's not gonna matter? It's dumb. Again, like I mentioned before, and I'm gonna mention it again. If it makes no sense for the story, don't have it in there. Period. I liked it, Enid becoming a doctor. I respect your opinion, Bri, even though I wasn't a fan of that. In my opinion, that just it because the reason I say that is because in the show it went nowhere, and I just wasn't a fan of it. I didn't like how Angela did it. That's my thing. I don't like how she did it. Joshua, sorry if the questions we asked you are too spoilery. No, it's all right, Joshua. You can ask me any question as long as yeah, you can ask me any question. I don't really care. This is supposed to be a fun stream, so you can ask me anything you want. Doesn't matter. Bri, it added to her character. True, but you have to admit it didn't. Angela Kang didn't touch a lot on it. You also got to admit that too. Angela Kang didn't do much with that. And also, Enid was barely in season 9 of the Walking Dead TV show. I'm like, okay, if she's supposed to be a pipe victim in the show, do more with her before you actually, kill her off. But we know how that turned out, did we? I do agree with what you're saying, Brian. I'm just pointing that out. Storm, like you tell a good story with your Walking Dead reboots. Thanks, Storm. I really appreciate that. I do try my best. I truly do, and I'm glad you're enjoying the show. And please keep supporting the show because I definitely got more planned. Bro, I wonder what you will do with Troy. Yeah, for sure. I got plans for his character too. Yeah, I got plans for his character too. I'm not gonna it's not like I'm gonna do what. It's not like I'm gonna do what Dave did, where he's in one season and then towards the end of that season, he just randomly dies. No, I'm not doing that. To be honest with you guys right here, right now, I'm not doing that because to be fair, we know how that turned out. Plus, what they're doing with AMC's Fear, I really hate that shit. Excuse my language, but I'm just pointing that out. I think it's I think it's BS. I think it's stupid. But in regards to your question, yeah, it's possible I can do something with Troy. Maybe, who knows? Maybe with Troy in my version of Fear, maybe he makes it to season 4. Maybe he sides with Dr. John, but then has a change of heart. Maybe. Never say never. It's possible. Walker and Lee should have stayed. Yeah, that's another thing too. Why have those two leave towards the end of season 3 of Fear, and then after that we never seen them again? What was the whole point of that? Also, wasn't it confirmed on Talking Dead that all of his characters died? All of his people just died at the ranch when the ranch was run by the Horde. That's another thing too. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, they want to leave, but then again, all of his people should be dead, right? I don't know. I didn't get that part. Bri, LOL. Proctor John is still missing? Yeah, he is. In AMC's Walking Dead universe, he's still missing, but we know nothing. Yeah, we don't know where he is. I think he's dead. I think by this point, I think it's safe to assume he's dead. TV show Proctor John. Yeah, I think he's dead. Brian Kim, I think so. That would be interesting. Joshua, don't make Ron a jerk towards Carl. Have him be like a brother figure to him. That's a great idea, Joshua. It's definitely possible for sure. Yeah, that's another thing too. I'm like, okay, you have I'm like, okay, Ron and Carl in the Walking Dead TV show are supposed to be the same age, right? Why are you having those two go at each other? That makes no sense. But yeah, thanks for the suggestion, Joshua. I really appreciate that. Bro, I always wanted Billy to be a big brother to Carl. Yeah, that's something we could still see in my Walking Dead reboot series. We could still see that. It's definitely possible at this point. Joshua, you're welcome, dude. Yeah, thank you. Nick Wild Fan 26. Fear had a lot of wasted characters, especially Nick and Alicia. Yeah, they were wasted. 100%, Nick. They were wasted. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this shit? They're fucking. I'm like, okay, you have Nick, you have Alicia. Ian and Andy has a big opportunity here to do something with them, but here's their twist. They don't do nothing with the characters, which is BS. Brian, LOL. Charlie's still missing XD. Yeah, she is. Not like I care, but I mean, it's not that I care. I really don't. But to be fair, that was so that was the biggest BS moment you can ever pull. It's like so bold. It's so BS. I hate that. Nick, one of the worst fear characters, Martha. Yeah, no doubt about that, bro. No, and sorry, Nick. No doubt about that. Nick, his death was also very stupid. Yeah, it was stupid. I'm like, what is this? Why kill him off like that? I get that the actor wanted to leave. I get that, but however, I can't blame the actor for wanting to leave. Ian and Andy, those idiots. I'm sorry, not to be rude, but those people. I'm telling you now. I don't want to get into Ian and Andy as idiot writers, but man, what they did to Nick in Fear during season 4, that was BS. Storm, like if you're going to use the character, they should at least use it until it dies. True. Yeah, exactly, Storm. If they're going to use the character, use him good. Do something with his character, like I mentioned before. Do something with Nick. But here's the problem with Ian and Andy. They did nothing with his character, which is BS in my opinion. Bry, will Riley be the last villain in my version of Fear? I can't say, Bry. I can't spoil that. I mean, that would be pretty. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that would be pretty cool. But then again, I don't know. But I don't know. Here's hoping. Nick, that's what I love about your universe. It's great. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Again, I try my best, guys. That's all I can do. At the end of the day, as a YouTuber myself, that's all I can do. Bro, I really hope you use Clark's line, "The world is my father." Yeah, it's possible I can use that line since it was never used in the show because of Gimple, which I will not get into that. It's possible I can use that. Joshua, I hope Alicia will be a strong and tough woman character in your version of Fear. The Walking Dead reboot. So yeah, it's possible, Bri. Though to be fair, the way Ian and Andy treated TV show Alicia was pretty stupid in my opinion. It was unfair, especially the actress. I'm like, yeah, that's not really cool. But with reboot series Alicia, there is a possibility that she could become a strong, awesome character. I hope so too. Don't worry, Bri. Anything is possible. Never say never. Nick, hey, do you think Simon should have lived longer or did he die at the right time? Simon? I mean, a part of me wishes he was in New Beginning. Like, instead of. This would have been cool. Instead of Jed being the savior that's having problems with Maggie, imagine if it was Simon that was having problems with Maggie in the show. That would have been cool. But to answer your question, Nick, I don't know. A part of me, I think, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. A part of me wishes he should have lived longer, like a season longer. He should have been. I don't know. A part of me wishes he was in season 9, but we're not gonna get that now since the Walking Dead TV show ended, and TV show Simon's been dead for so long now. However, my Walking Dead reboot series, never say never. I'm just saying I wish that happened. As a fan myself, I wish they did that. I really do. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, I'll leave them down below. Bro, Jerry was the luckiest man here ever. He was. I'm like, bro. I'm like, dude. I'm like, sure, he has a wife and like 2 or 3 kids, but then again, I'm like, dude, you gotta have him lose somebody. But unfortunately, that never happened. That never happened in the show. Joshua, have you considered making a World Beyond a reboot series? No. To answer your question, Joshua, I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna do the World Beyond characters, I would rather do it in another spinoff than to do a complete reboot of World Beyond. Yeah. Plus, I have enough on my plate already, so yeah, that's not likely. Nick, can't wait to meet Reboot series Rosita. I can't wait for you guys to meet her too. I got a lot of plans for her character too, and yeah, I can't wait for that. Bro, I can't wait to see how you improve Oceanside. I can't wait to do Oceanside. That's another thing too. I can't wait to improve on that community. Because to be fair, Oceanside in the show was pretty stupid. No doubt about that. Because it was. Will you still have Georgie? Like I mentioned before, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but I mentioned that I'm not really gonna do Georgie because to be fair, her character in the show wasn't touched upon at all. Yeah, her character was not touched upon at all. I think that was stupid. Yeah, it was stupid. She was in one episode during season 8 of the show, but after that we never saw her again, which was, in my opinion, it was stupid. Bri, I don't think you should have the Highwayman. I don't have a problem doing the Highwayman. To be fair, the Highwaymen were pretty wasted in the Walking Dead TV show. They were wasted. But I respect your opinion. I really do. Nick, my opinion, Georgie was such a wasted character. Yeah, she was. They did nothing with her character, though. They did nothing with her character, which was stupid. They did nothing with her. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. Sorry about that. Stupid noise. I hate that noise. I hope we see older Carl and Judith scenes. It's possible. Never say never is what I usually say. It's possible. Joshua, can't wait to see how you improve the junkyard people. Yeah, I can't wait for you to see that too, Joshua. Knowing me, I'm definitely going to try my best when it comes down to that. So, yeah, let's hope for the best. Nick, the Highwaymen in the show were only introduced to be Pikes. True, but then again, there's also no denying the fact that they were wasted. There's no denying that. I do agree with what you're saying, Nick. They were introduced just to be Pikes. But then again, I disagree with that because I'm like, okay, then why introduce Ozzy just to become a Pike victim in the show? I mean, I don't know. Maybe instead of Ozzy that gets piked in the show, maybe it could have been just Alec. But sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. There's stupid noise and everything. But I don't know. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, like instead of both Ozzy and Alec, maybe just pike Alec. And then instead of Ozzy getting piked, maybe have Luke get piked. That's something they could have done in the show. They could have done it. I'm not going to lie. They could have done it in the show. But unfortunately, it is what it is. Nick, I'm hoping your version of Pikes are miles better because I hated the moment and hated that moment in the show. Yeah, it was pretty stupid. I'm not going to lie. I mean, don't give me... I mean, I'm like, okay... If you're going to pike DJ, if you're going to pike Frankie, I mean, you would. I mean, you got to. I mean, you would think they would do more, right, with those characters. I don't know. Bro, you should do a scene where Enid saves Judith, missed opportunity. Yeah, that was a missed opportunity, bro. That's something that could have been. Yeah, that's another thing that could have been in the Walking Dead TV show. A scene where Enid does something heroic, and it's like, wow, it's like this big deal because it's like, wow, she actually saves a kid character, a legacy character. But imagine a zombie gets inside the house and Enid gets it before Rick and Carl. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that. Because then Rick would look at Enid and be like, "Oh, you know how to kill walkers." That would be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Joshua, I hope you remove a lot of the season 10 and 11 filler in your version. Yeah, it's possible, Joshua. Again, I'm not a fan of filler. I try my best not to have any filler in my shows. This goes for any show I do. I try my best not to have any filler because with me, I disagree with that. I do. Um, I don't think Dead City has any filler. However, you know me, I disagree with filler. It's like, why? Bri, he would be grateful to her and Rick and her and needed more scenes. Yes, I agree. Enid and Rick definitely needed more scenes together. I agree with the fact that yeah, they did need more scenes together in the show, but unfortunately, that's not what we got. But it is what it is. It is what it is. However, in my Walking Dead reboot series, it's possible. Yeah, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave them down below. Will you change Sadiq? If I do Sadiq, bro, I might have. I mean, if I do Sadiq, um, I could change up his gear. I mean, it's possible I could do a few changes here and there. Maybe not any big changes, like maybe some minor changes. Nick, I'm also I'm hoping that please don't give everything to Simon like Gimple did, man. I'm not gonna do that because to be fair, Simon did take away from Negan during season 8 of the Walking Dead TV show. I'm like, season 8 is supposed to be the season of all out war, right? So why give everything to Simon in the show during that season when Negan's supposed to be the big bad guy? I'm like, okay, if Negan's supposed to be the main villain of season 7 and 8 in the show, like if he's supposed to be the main villain just for 2 seasons, then you have to have Negan as the villain during all out war. I'm sorry, because look at the comic. The comic in the Walking Dead comic, Negan is still the villain during the Savior arc, going into the arc of all out war. So Negan being the villain, yeah, that was Negan should have been the villain of both 7 and 8. Instead of giving everything to Simon, have Negan be the villain of season 8, like he was in season 7. Brian Althea not telling anyone about the CRM was so dumb. Yes, it was. I don't know, TV show Althea, I don't know what was up with that character. I'm not saying her character was dumb. I'm just pointing out the obvious that the writing for that character wasn't all that good as it could have been. I agree with the fact that it could have been good. I also agree with the fact that TV show Althea had potential. How? Imagine her in season 6 and 7. That would have been fine. Imagine her reunited with Madison. That would have been sick. But unfortunately, as we know, the actress Maggie Grace wanted to leave the show. She just wanted to leave. And I can't blame that on the actress. Brian Negan still hasn't mentioned the helicopter. Yeah. Brian, no, she was dumb. Well, yeah, she was. JK. She could build a plane, but can't figure out how to avoid them. Yeah, that's what I don't understand about Ian and Andy's writing, though. I'm like, okay, you have her help fix up a plane, but then again, she doesn't know how to fly. I don't know what they're trying to say there. I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to say because it sucked. It did suck. It made no sense for the story. Joshua, what started you and Brian C for bottle episodes in The Walking Dead? It's not that I hate bottle episodes, Joshua. It's just I don't think they're necessary all that much. I mean, I'm not saying they're stupid. I'm just saying it doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying I hate bottle episodes. I'm saying they could be unnecessary at times. I mean, hell, look at the bottle episodes in Fear seasons 4, 5, and 6. I mean, dear goodness gracious. Like look at those bottle episodes in those seasons of AMC's Fear. Look at those bottle episodes. Nick, it's probably weird, but when I see Simon in The Walking Dead, I think of Travis. That's not weird. If that's your opinion, Nick, then that's your opinion. Brian, I think season 5. What do you mean by that, Brian? What do you mean by season 5? What do you mean by that exactly? Brian, the Beth arc needs a major change. If you're talking about the hospital arc, Brian, I'm not doing that. If you're talking about the hospital arc, like I mentioned before, I'm not doing that arc. I wasn't a fan of that arc. But what did you mean when you said season 5? Like, what did you mean by that exactly? I was answering Josh. Oh, that's understandable. Nick, that hospital arc was pointless and trash. It was. It was pointless. It was. It was pointless and unnecessary. It was unnecessary, that's all I'll say. Yeah, if you guys got more questions, leave them down below. Right, a black CW soldier would be sick. Oh, like a Commonwealth soldier with black and red armor? That would be pretty cool. Again, like I mentioned earlier, they could have been different branches with the Commonwealth in the show. They could have done it. Mercer needed more BA scenes. I agree. I agree with that. I agree. Like he was 2 and I can't do it. Like he was, I can't do it. Actor was great. Yeah, the actor was good. I don't know. Yeah, the actor was good. I'm not gonna lie. But in regards to what he said, yeah, I don't know why would he say that. Oh, here's another topic. Which relationships do you guys want to see in my Walking Dead reboot series one day? It could be any relationship you guys can think of. Just put it in the chat. Like, which relationship do you want to do? Like, which relationship do you hope I do one day in my Walking Dead reboot series? Put it in the chat. Bri, Carly needed. Same. Rick and Jesse, same. But I mean, he was a little passionate. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, yeah, I don't know why he was passionate in the show. I'm like, sure, he was a badass at times, but then again, I don't know what was up with that. Bri, Eugene and Rosita. Yeah, that's a couple that could have been done in the show. However, my Walking Dead reboot series, never say never. One day, maybe in the future, it's possible. Nick, don't do the Abraham Sasha romance. That was very pointless. It was pointless. Bride, I was out of nowhere. It was. I'm like, what's up with that? It's a little ridiculous. Rosita is way hotter. I totally agree. I agree with that. I agree. And I also agree with the fact that Abraham and Sasha's romance in the show was pretty unnecessary. And yeah, in the end, it was pointless. Negan and no one. Negan and no one? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, Negan was with nobody in the comics post Whisper War, so Nick, like they set it up in season 6 only for Abraham and Sasha to die in season 7. Yeah, what was up with that? Bry, Daryl, and Leah, right? Yeah, yeah, Daryl and Leah for sure. Because to be fair, I'm not gonna lie, the whole Daryl and Leah romance thing in the show, it was fine. However, it was wasted. It was pretty wasted. I'm not gonna lie. Do you like Epic's new channel, Walker Dev, the one shown here in the chat? Yeah, I've seen one of his videos. So I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty decent. I have seen one of his videos. One episode only. Yeah, they. Yeah, I'll make sure they were together, but it was just for one episode, and that's where I'm like, well, that's kind of a missed opportunity right there. Another one right there in the show because Leah and Daryl, their relationship could have continued during like season 11. That's something that could have continued in the show, but here's the problem: they didn't. They didn't even. They didn't even have. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like they didn't even have Daryl all that pissed that Leah was like a liability. I don't know that. I don't know what was up with that. But I do agree with the fact that Leah and Daryl did deserve more time together as a couple. If they cared about each other so much in the show post Reaper arc, then that's something that could have been explored a little bit more. If Billy survives, he should find someone too. I totally agree with that. It's possible Billy could find someone in my Walking Dead reboot series, like in a future season. That's possible. Nick, even having Rosita have Coco was pointless and didn't matter. It didn't matter. That's another thing too. I'm like, why? Yeah, they did nothing with that. I'm like, this is supposed to be Rosita's biological kid, and yet, I don't know. I don't know what was up with that. Bri Coco was pointless since her being a mother didn't change her. Yeah, Rosita being a mom didn't change. Yeah, it didn't change nothing. I'm like, Rosita's supposed to be a mom, and I don't mind Rosita being a mom. It's just, I don't know what was up with that. Like, what the hell? Joshua, Sophia, and Sam would make a great relationship. You mean Sophia and Ron? Because it's possible. What do you guys think in the chat down below? Do you agree with Joshua? Do you think Sophia and Ron would make a good couple? Am I walking that reboot series like in a future season? Bro, Sam is young. I know that, bro. I know that, bro. That's why I said Ron, because it makes more sense for it to be Ron, right? Hey, Walker, you doing Coco in your series? No, probably not. I have thought about it, Nick, but I'm probably not going to do it. Bri, Mikey, it's possible, Mikey. Also, hope Mikey is used better too. Yeah, me too. And yeah, I definitely want to do more with that character because, to be fair, not much was done with Mikey in the show. Absolutely nothing, and I'm like, that's kind of BS. Joshua, yeah, Sophia and Ron would be cool. They would be. They would be. They would be cool. They would be. Bruh, show made the Alexandrians look awful. Yeah, pretty much. Brian, Jesse, and Rick need more scenes. Absolutely, man. I totally agree with that. Listen, Rick and Jesse needed more time together. Like I'm talking about more scenes together, like you just said. Yeah, they definitely. This is one thing I will agree right here, right now. TV show, TV show Jesse and Rick definitely need more time together. They did. There's no denying that. Kosh, have you considered moving on from The Walking Dead to focus on other areas of importance? Like you mean other shows? I do a Batman show on my show, so if you want to check that out, Kuchu, I totally recommend it. And if you want to, feel free to leave a like on the channel. I will admit it has been a while since my last upload in regards to Walking Dead content. So, Nick, my opinion, they should have done Douglas in the show. Yeah, they should have done Douglas Monroe from the comics, the true leader of Alexandria. He should have been introduced. Like I don't mind Deanna, but then again, the show also should have done Douglas. In my opinion, the show also should have done Douglas. He's supposed to be the true leader of Alexandria. He's supposed to be the leader, the first leader. Brian, Rick helps her to defend herself like I did with my couple. Yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible. Joshua, I hope Noah actually survives in your version. It's possible Noah could survive him in my Walking Dead reboot series, Joshua. It's possible. To be fair, with you, Josh, Noah was wasted. He was, which was BS. I like the way that you're gonna do it, where you're doing both Deanna and Douglas. Yeah, of course. It makes Nick. It makes sense for them to be siblings because they're supposed to be. I'm like, okay, they're both part of the Monroe family, right? So it makes sense for them both to be siblings. That's where it makes more sense because you have Douglas, that's the leader, but then you have Deanna, that's like the second in command. Because they're both a part of the Monroe family, right? That's how it's supposed to be, right? So it's only fair that they do that. But unfortunately, the show never did that. However, it is possible that I could do it myself in my Walking Dead reboot series one day. It is possible. Brian, Deanna could be against the abuse, but Douglas allows it. Idea. Ooh, nice idea, Brian. Yeah, that would be insane. Like, imagine you have Deanna, that's like the second in command of Alexandria, arguing with Douglas, that's the leader of the community, saying like, "Listen, this guy's abusing his own wife and young kid. It's not right." And then Douglas is like, "Well, he's a doctor, so that I can understand that conflict." But that's a great idea, bro. I thank you for suggesting that. Since Pete is a doctor, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's supposed to be a doctor, and yet he's doing this to his own wife. Like, get the heck out of here. Imagine Rick slams Peter against a wall and threatens him. That would be great. That would be great. Rick versus Pete. That would be fantastic. Brian, you're welcome. Yeah, that would be great. That'd be great. And say maybe John or Daryl's like looking at Rick like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then later on, Rick tells one of them what happened, and they're like, "Oh, damn." That'd be great. Oh, hail high. That'll be one of the best scenes within My Walking Dead reboot series one day. It would be. Rick going full-fledged beast mode on Peter. That would be great. Yeah, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave them down below. Will you have Josh and his family? It's possible. Sure, I'm not confirming anything at the moment. However, there is a possibility. To be fair, and yes, this is fact, when I say Joshua and his family was not introduced in the show, because they were not, which was, in my opinion, another missed opportunity. However, for me to do them, it's possible. I love characters like John Miller and Avesta. Yeah, they're good characters, Nick. They're really good characters. I wrote them good. I wrote them good. Bri, I enjoy John Miller so much. He's a beast. Yeah, he is. He's a, like I mentioned before, and I'm going to mention it again. John Miller is a fan favorite, and I definitely got plans for his character going into season 3B and possibly season 4. So yeah, I got plans for his character. Bri, like how he takes no BS. Yeah, that's John Miller. That's John Miller. Knowing him, he's not going to take shit for granted. He's not. Listen, when it comes down to BS, he's like, yeah, I don't like that. Joshua, take out that Paula episode from the second half of season 6 of the Walking Dead TV show. It was unnecessary. Yeah, it was. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that was pretty. I mean, I'm not saying it was stupid. It would have been way better if it wasn't a filler episode. It would have mattered. Yeah, it would have mattered if it wasn't a filler episode. Imagine after Negan kills whoever, he will, and then John Miller's gonna hate him. Yeah, he would hate Negan. He would look at Negan and be like, "Yeah, I hate you." Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, John. Yeah, with John Miller, same with Rick. I don't think he'll ever forgive Negan. I don't think he'll ever forgive Negan. That's the crazy part about it. Knowing John Miller, he'll never ever forgive Negan. If you think about it, if you really think about it. Technically, you already did Paula. True, Bri, but it was a different version of Paula. I mean, I'm like, sure, the version of Paula I introduced and killed off during season 2B, it was a different. I'm like, sure, it was a character named Paula, but you already know what I'm talking about. It was a cheap episode. Yeah, that episode was a cheap episode. I don't know what was up with that. Again, it would have been nice if it didn't feel so filler. I'm like, what the? I'm like, bro, what is this? Bro, depending on who dies, John will go against Rick, Spear, Negan. Yeah, he probably would go against Rick, Spear, Negan. He'll probably look at Rick and be like, listen, this isn't cool. I mean, to be fair, John would probably, he'll be one of the main people that's like, listen, he shouldn't be alive right now. which is understandable. It's understandable for him to say something like that because he looks at Negan and he's like, yeah, this guy's a bad guy. He can't be trusted. So I assume, yeah. Also, Paul Morovia too. Yeah, exactly. Paul Jesus Morovia. Yeah, he'll go. Yeah, knowing him, he's another one that would look at Rick and be like, yeah, Negan. Yeah, Negan's not a good guy. Yeah, but yeah, knowing Paul Jesus Morovia, yeah, Jesus especially. Jesus would. I'm like, sure, with Jesus, he is a kind of guy, but he would look at Negan and be like, yeah, there's no hope for you. Bry, wonder how you will do him. Yeah, it's possible I could have Paul Jesus introduced similar to how he was introduced in the comics. It is possible. Yeah, speaking of Paul, aka Jesus, that was another character that was wasted completely. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, Gimple, what are you doing? So Paul Morovia, I hated that. They changed his last name to Rovia. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. Yeah, they changed his last name in the Walking Dead TV show because, yeah, I think Gimple. Yeah, Gimple changed his last name in the show because he didn't want fans to get confused. And I'm like, what are you talking about, getting confused? Nobody's gonna get confused. What are you talking about? But I'm like, sure, they did change his last name, but then again, people aren't gonna get that confused. So what are you doing? LOL, they think we're dumb. Well, guess what? If they think that's not good. I can tell you that right now. LOL, they think we're dumb when we're not. Bry, sometimes they think we're dumb. Well, guess what, man? We're not dumb. Listen, me and you both predicted that Alicia Demon Carey was going to leave Fear, and look what happened. The character left Fear, the walking trash, during season 7, episode 15, and look what we're getting now. We're getting her in a new show coming in August. But the fact that we predicted that even before it happened, that's like, what the hell? Bro, I can't wait to see your reboot characters in Hilltop. Yeah, can't wait as well. Sorry about that. I don't know what's up with my stupid phone. Yeah, whenever it does that sound, I don't know what's up with that. Can't wait to see reboot series characters in Hilltop. Yeah, I can't wait for that too. Nick, yeah, and what Gimple did to Holly. Wow, Gimple. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that too. I'm like, yeah, you have Holly in season 6A, but you don't really introduce her. Sure, she's there, but she gets killed by the wolves in the show, and I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. That was pretty stupid. Nick, oh yeah, I already read that. Bry, Alexandria doesn't need many. Yeah, I agree. I wasn't a fan of how they had Alexandria have like a total of 100 and something people. When I'm like, that's that's BS though, because I mean, I don't know, that's kind of BS though that they would have 100 people in Hilltop when that's pretty stupid. I don't know. Bry, Sanctuary. Yeah, try again. Stupid internet. I don't care. Go away. Yeah, where was I? Sanctuary only needs a few, like that girl we talked about. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, that's another character that could be introduced. Yeah, that's definitely another character. That's another character that right there that could be introduced. Nick, at least in your reboot series, you're going to do stuff with Holly. Yes, of course. At least with me, I'm not going to neglect the character like Gimple did. I'm not going that far. I'm not doing that because I know damn well that was stupid. I'm like, why? Yeah, it was pretty stupid. I'm like, why? You don't have to. Yeah, why? Another thing too. Why have the character in season 3A just to kill the character? That makes no sense. That's like for example, I know this is gonna be a bad example. It's like introducing Douglas during season 6A of the Walking Dead TV show, and then it's revealed that he got killed off camera by some wolves. It's like doing something stupid like that. Yeah, it's like doing something stupid like that. I'm not gonna lie. Bry, where did Rick get those explosives in season 8, episode 1? Maggie 2 for season 11, episode 8, LOL. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. I don't know. They never really explained that. Yeah, they never explained that in the show, so I don't know what was up with that. Bry, yeah, don't kill off Douglas off camera. I'm not doing that, Brian. Don't worry. I'm not doing that. I'm not dumb enough to do something like that. Listen, if I know damn well it's pretty stupid, then yeah, I'm not doing it. But don't worry, bro. I'm not doing something stupid like that. If Gimple did it with Holly in the show, why would I do it with Douglas? I'm not doing that. Oh hell no. That's bull. Yeah, some bull. Okay, Bri, you're sticking more to the comic. Yes, I am. However, I am also trying to stay true to not just the comic material, but to the show's material as well. However, with me, I'm not going to be repeating the same mistakes made by Gimple that happened in the show. Okay, so whoever's still in the chat of the stream, question for you guys. If you were if any of you guys in the chat were having some changes from the comic, what would those changes be? Like would you have Abraham and All Out War? Would you have Jesse outlay for comic book death? Like changes like that, for example. But yeah, leave them down below. Billy's death, Jesse's death. What else, Brian? Tell me. I agree with what you're saying, but keep going. Abraham's death, that too. Keep going. I was okay with Andrea's and Dwight's in the comic. Yeah, Andrea's death and Dwight's death in the comics was okay. Sherry's death was weird. Yeah, Sherry's death in the comic was out of nowhere, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, maybe Kerman could have killed off comic book Sherry in a different way. Maybe he could have done it. Maybe he could have done it in a way where maybe she gets killed by a Whisper in the comics instead of having Rick kill her. But that's just my opinion. Joshua, Glenn's death. Exactly, Joshua. Because to be fair, Glenn he died twice. Some characters can't die twice. Like, for example, with Glenn. Glenn died. He died once in the Walking Dead comics, and then he died again during season 7, episode 1 of the Walking Dead TV show. So, yeah, he died twice, and some characters can't die twice. That's like, I know this could be a stupid example, but it's like having Joel from The Last of Us die in season 2 of The Last of Us show in a stupid, but in an even more dumb way. It's like something dumb like that. I know that's a bad example, but you know what I mean. Yeah, how long has the stream been going down for? Damn, an hour? That's crazy. Yeah, any newcomers in the chat, please leave a comment down below and please smash that like button. This is, wow, an hour and something minutes long. That's pretty cool. All right. So I got 2 more questions for you guys before I end this stream. So please bear with me and please pay attention. My first final question for you guys. Joshua, okay. Brian, Rick's leg broken was okay. Yeah. Brian, it needed to happen. Yeah, but yeah, I agree. It needed to happen, but it kind of sucks that it never happened in the show. I get why they didn't do it in the show, but part of me, like looking back at it now, part of me wishes they did it in the show. But yeah, they never did in the show. I don't know. I guess Gimple chickened out at the last minute. I guess he was going to do it, but he chickened out. But I agree. It could have happened in the show. I agree with that fact. Okay, my first last minute question for you guys in the chat before I end the stream is this. Listen closely. This is my first question for you guys. First of the last. Do you guys agree that the CRLM in my Walking Dead Reboot series universe is going to be way more menacing and crazier than the CRM in AMC's Walking Dead universe? Put down your answer in the chat below. I'm curious to know your thoughts on it. Joshua, yes. Okay, that's one yes. Anyone else say otherwise? Bri, depends on how you do them and flesh them out. That's fair. That's fair, Bri. Bri, if you do, then yes. Okay. Bri, they need to be a threat. I agree. They need to be a big threat. Like I'm talking about next level. Well, I'm talking about next level threat. You know what I mean? Like a threat. Okay, that's the first to last minute question. They have way more power than anyone. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with that. But with the CRLM in my Walking Dead universe, never say never. Okay, and then my second final question for you guys in the chat before I end the stream is this. Listen closely. This is the second and final question. Who do you think should fight the Hazmat Man in a future season of my Walking Dead Reboot series? It could be any character you want. It could be from my Walking Dead Reboot series. It could be from my Fear Reboot series. Which character? Tell me who and why in the chat below. Please speak it now. Comment down in the chat below. Joshua, Avesta. Never say never. Bri, whoever gets tortured by him. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. But yeah. That's it for the stream. Thank you all so much for coming by. I really do appreciate it. And thank you guys for the likes. Rick should fight Abil, General Abil. Yeah, I totally agree. Thanks, man. This was awesome. No, thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate that. Joshua, you're welcome. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. And thank you guys for coming. And I can't wait for TTYL. Yeah. High five. Yeah. High five, Joshua. But yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day and a fantastic rest of your night. And Bri, see you next time. Bye. All right, see you next time, Bri. Have a fantastic rest of your night, guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next stream. Until then, stay safe. God bless. And as always, peace out.